From Stone Mountain, Georgia, this is the Bryant Land Show. Hosted by proud Gamecock and South Carolinian AB3.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Bryant Land Show. Thank you for taking the time to make the download to come in and listen to our podcast today on MLK Day. That's right, January 20th, 2020 is MLK Day. And if you're listening to this podcast, hopefully you got the day off. Hopefully you are able to do something to enjoy the holiday, whether it's head down to the King Center, whether it's being outdoors doing something, some kind of outdoor activity. Maybe you're getting in a good hunt or something, maybe a duck hunt or a goose hunt. There's still some deer season open around the country in certain places. So hopefully you are out enjoying MLK Day 2020, January 20th, 2020. Now, I went back and reached out to some folks at the King Center just to find some information to see how big of a hunter or fisherman or outdoorsman Dr. King was. Unfortunately, at the time that I need to get this podcast in, I haven't got that information back from me, but I hope to get it pretty quickly so I can have it for next week's podcast. But I thought it was an interesting thing just to kind of look and see if Dr. King, in his time when he wasn't, leading the charge on the civil rights movement, how big of an outdoorsman he was. Back in those days, being an outdoorsman, being a hunter or fisherman was more so a thing of need, provide, for your family. But the preliminary information that I did get basically said that he did do some hunting, some fishing, but most of his efforts obviously were dedicated to the civil rights movement. So I, like I said, wanted to take a deeper look into that, get some more information. So my sources should have that info to me pretty soon. And when I get it, I look forward to sharing it with you guys, passing on the knowledge, sharing the knowledge with y'all. One of the other things that stumbled across when I was on, social media this week was an article. Actually, it was a Facebook video that was posted from a young 7-year-old who basically said he doesn't want a wife because the wife would try to tell him that he couldn't go hunting, and he wasn't going for that. Now, over 5 million people viewed this video, and if you haven't seen it, I posted the article or posted the video on my Facebook, Bryant Land on Facebook, and I posted the video and I saw it. I mean, it's completely hilarious. I mean, the kid goes on a diatribe about not wanting a wife because she is not going to tell him when and how to hunt. He's standing there with a styrofoam cup in one hand, a Mountain Dew in the other hand, and maybe he's double fisting the soda. Somebody put on my Facebook, it's like the styrofoam cup is a spit cup and he's drinking the Mountain Dew. I mean, that's some total redneck stuff, but I mean, hey, at 7 years old, this kid has been around somebody. You got to think that he was telling them, about his nagging wife or not wanting a wife or whatever the case is. You would think, that kid picked that up from an uncle or a cousin or somebody. But hey, you never know. I mean, the fact is, out there are some people who are in relationships or feel like they don't want to be in relationships because the wife is going to tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, telling them, what they can do with their time. Maybe you want to go hunting, but she wants to drag you off to some, home decorating show or whatever the case may be. There's definitely a strong segment of the population that feels that way. I personally don't really think that way. as far as like having, I mean, it's definitely good when you don't have a significant other, just from the standpoint you come and go as you please. You don't have to take that, person's feelings or whatever into consider. You don't have anybody to take into consideration or be considerate for. If you want to go hunt, you want to go fish, you don't have to worry about all that stuff as a single person. So from that standpoint, it is great. But also on the flip side, I mean, and you've heard it here, or you can go back in the archives, I've interviewed a couple of couples that get along fine. Hell, they actually hunt together. I've interviewed one of my interviews was with a lady who, her and her fiance, they hunt together. So, I mean, there's definitely space and chance to make things work when you're in a relationship. You don't ever want to be in a relationship where you got to give up completely everything that you love or everything that you like for your significant other. I mean, for some people, I know it would be good to have that partner that enjoys, hunting, fishing, outdoor stuff. Like I said, I've interviewed a few couples that they do it together. They seem to get along fine. So, I mean, hey, it definitely can work. But like I said, go to Bryant Land on Facebook. I got that video posted. And just one more thing on this, and it's totally hilarious. Kids in full camo, and one of the quotes is, "I don't want a girl, I don't want a wife, because if they say you can't go hunting, I'll just be like, nope, I'm going hunting right now, and you're not telling me what to do." That is what he says. Like I said, go check it out. It was funny to me. It got pretty good response from people that follow the Bryant Land page on Facebook. Got a good laugh out of it. So, hey, you didn't know you were going to get relationship advice from AB3 today, but if you can find you a partner and y'all can hunt together, you can find, a fiance or boyfriend or husband or wife, whatever the case is, and you guys get out and hunt together, it makes it better. But definitely at the end of the day, find someone that's going to make you happy and is going to embrace the things that you like to do. Relationship advice from your single boy AB3 here. Now, with the deer season being over with in several states and several parts of states around the country, people will start to shift their focus to shed hunting. That's when you go out and you hunt for the antlers, or you look for the antlers from, deer that you may have had on your property. Every year the deer shed their antlers. Some people take their dog out and they go and, they're shed hunting dogs. The dogs are trained to pick up the smells from the sheds. I personally am not really a big shed hunter. I prefer to see the antlers or see the rack on the deer, see the actual deer. But like I said, for some people, it's a tradition and it's really a big thing. But the other thing that goes on now that deer season is winding down is the start of the trade show season. And there are several trade shows that happen between now all the way up until August, September, right before deer season opens up. I mean, they come as big as the Archery Trade Show, the ATA show, which was back on January 9th through the 11th, I believe, in Indianapolis. That's where they get together. You see all the new gadgets and gadgets, bows, and all the different gimmicks that are coming out for the archery industry. Now, the thing is about that ATA show, that is not a show that's open to the public. That is a dealer, outfitter, insider, like professional kind of trade show. You can attend as a media member. I've said that I may try to attend as a media member, but every year the dates of that show just seem to conflict with what I got going on at work. But ATA show, like I said, very big show up in Indianapolis, kind of sets the pace, kind of sets the tone for the trade show season. And then tomorrow, this podcast dropping on MLK Day, on tomorrow, the SHOT Show out in Las Vegas, that'll start. And that's for, hunting, outdoor, shooting, law enforcement, kind of an industry show where you can see what's new in the hunting world, what's coming up on this year, with all, like I say, all the different products, all the different gadgets and whatnot. That's another show. With it being in Las Vegas, I've looked at trying to attend. I will not attend this year, but I am going to make plans to try to attend the SHOT Show as a media member here coming up. It's one of the things that I want to try to get out to do. So that way, I can have firsthand experience for y'all and come back and tell you guys, what those shows are all about. Then, on the, local level, there's several trade shows coming up. The SCI, Safari Club International. There's like the Fish and Turkeyrama that's going on down here in Georgia, coming up here in a few weeks. That'll get you all set for turkey season, which, man, I am excited about turkey season coming up this year. But the trade shows, good place to meet people, good place to see all the different products, all the different gimmicks and gadgets that are coming out. And then just a good time. A lot of people, they take their kids, they, whole family, make a day of it, go out there, see all the exhibits, things of that nature, demos of new products and all kind of stuff. And it's really, like, for me, like I said, having done, a trade show, having done 2 trade shows previously as a vendor, it's a lot of work from the vendor side, but to see the people come through and have people come, to your booth and be genuinely interested in whatever it is you got going on at your booth. And like I said, just a great way to talk to people, meet people in the industry, meet fellow hunters, just talk, share information. Anytime you can get in a space where you can share information and get better as a hunter without a whole lot of, judgment, bullshit, and all the other stuff that sometimes we hunters project upon each other, to be able to get in a space where, like I said, you can exchange ideas, talk to folks, just have a good time. These shows are a good time. So I urge you to check out any of the local trade shows that may be coming up in your area. You never know what you may find. You never know what kind of tip you may get that can help you out immensely, or a new product, or just meeting people and making friends. I'm over the last few years attending trade shows, I have met and talked to just all kinds of people that love the Bryant Land brand, people that will see me or see, like my kids or whoever's with me that have on their Bryant Land stuff, and they'll be like, hey, I know you, or I recognize you, and blah, 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 blah. So really cool, like I said, to get out there. So I urge people, go to the trade shows if you can. Some of them, they're really cheap to enter. Some of them, you only have to bring a canned good to get into. So trade show season starting. Get out, go out, enjoy the trade shows.
Bryant Land.
All right, exciting next few weeks coming up here on the Bryant Land Show. Got some interviews lined up. I just got to get the people on the phone, get the record button mashed, and get some high-quality podcast audio for y'all. Some great interviews, looking to talk to a fellow that has taken the time to establish a raffle in his wife's name as she is battling cancer. So I'm going to get a chance to talk to him. I got a chance to go up to Illinois and do some goose hunting with my buddy Brian Griffin. Brian's a charter boat captain, fishing captain up there in Illinois, who also guides goose hunts. So I got a chance to go out with him. And then I got a couple other folks that are just kind of making some waves, making some noise, if you will, in the outdoor industry. And they have some really great stories, just how they've come to get in this thing, and then their plans and goals for, like I said, making a splash, whether it be media-wise or, social media or videos or just having a presence in the outdoor industry. So their stories are going to be coming up. Like I said, just got to get our schedules together, get, things aligned so we can start record these interviews, get them down, and then get them out to you guys. That is it for the Bryant Land Show today. Thank you again for downloading. Got some really good feedback about the music, the artwork, the name change. Like I said, a little bit easier to say, Bryant Land Show. Just got really good, positive feedback from y'all out there. Loving the changes, loving, like I said, the new artwork, the new music, shorter intro, just things that we're doing to make the show, streamline the show. That's a good word. That's a good corporate word, streamline. Streamline the show to make it better for you guys. And then, like I said, it didn't change as far as finding the show. It's still, if you're already subscribed, it pops up just like it did under the old title. If you haven't subscribed, I suggest that you go and you subscribe to the show. While I am also making plugs, I will plug BryantLandCountry.com. BryantLandCountry.com is the website. That is where you can find everything Bryant Land, whether it's videos, blogs, podcasts from the past. Go check out BryantLandCountry.com. That is where you get your one-stop shopping for everything Bryant Land. Again, thank you. Make sure, still want you guys to tell 5 people to tell 5 more people about this show. Bryant Land Show, formerly the Bryant Land Country Podcast. We've made a change, but we're still bringing you the great podcast audio that you love. All right, I'm going to get ready to get up on out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your Martin Luther King Day and have a great week. And we'll see you back here next week for another episode of the Bryant Land Show.